Who is this? The scene from the end of Django Unchained? Him holding up the title and her being ruined. No!
See, Marcus, I know that I know Oba Femi should be on the thumbnail.
Yeah.
I know he should be on the thumbnail. Everyone's raving about him. Everyone's raving about him being on the thing now, but I can't. I still think maybe this should be the thumbnail.
That should have been a thumbnail, Manny, and you know it. You know it. It's going to get all the freak shows. The people in the BCL.
Yeah,
they would tune in.
See, Marcus. See, I you say that, but you know how I am about blurry images. So
Yeah.
I take that image and I raise you that image, Marcus.
Oh, you got another one.
I hope you wanted some kitty.
That horse is in love. That horse is in love. That horse is ready to simp all his for the rest of his life. Baby, I got a job and everything. Let's go. I'll do anything. One more ride. That's the most emotional horse I've ever seen. He's proposing. I don't even know if it's a he or not. I can't tell. But I'm just saying, that horse looked caught up into something. How is this not the thumbnail? The damn Oba Femi, Manny. The damn
fuck
him.
Oba Femi.
Damn him. That's the thumbnail. I have so many questions on what kind of show this is. What are they doing over there? They're talking about wrestling.
Just saying.
That's for wrestling?
I'm just saying that I saw that image and I was like, this is perfect. But I know people will be like, oh, but Oba Femi should be on there because Oba Femi won the world title. I'm sick of all those people. I'm sick of everyone in the mid-card mess because I was raving about Oba Femi before Oba Femi became the NXT champion. You were raving about Oba Femi when he was throwing pieces of furniture maybe 3 to 4 months ago. Fuck all those people that have just jumped on this hype train just now.
Yes. This is the new beast. He's the new beast. He's the new Brock Lesnar or the next Brock Lesnar or Mark Henry or I can't think of these other monsters out there.
He's everything I wanted Ahmed Johnson to be in 1996.
The bitch has finally been realized. The vision. I can see Vince crying. There he is. There he was.
He's arrived.
It was never Kofi Kingston. It was never.
He's
what I
arrived.
wanted Bobby Lashley to be in 2003 or 4 or whatever. I'll say 6. 2006 Bobby Lashley. That's what I wanted. That's all I ever wanted. You see that, Kobe? You see that? That's what you were supposed to be.
You ain't gonna see no Brock Lesnar music play when Kofi when Oba Femi's holding a new title.
I ain't fucking with that. I'm not gonna look at him and be like, you know what? I'm gonna turn him into a bear cat. Not him. It's a monster. This is a real monster. I've been looking for it.
There are bunches of news stories that we could talk about. Should we talk about them now, or should we just run through the show and then we talk about them afterwards?
I say, on a scale of 1 to 10, how important are these news stories?
Well, it's just Tony Khan having a meltdown.
Let's start the show with Tony Khan then.
Okay, so Tony Khan decides to bite. There was a tweet talking about something, and the USA Network Twitter account, X account, whatever it is, replies, "What is the cage match rating?" And obviously Tony Khan has used cage match ratings to get as a kind of like source of like how well was this match received and stuff like that. But that is a terrible way to do that in the world of statistics because only about 100 people do that.
And it's goes back to the Rotten Tomato scores or something like that, where it's like, do I care about what these people say? I'm going to go check it out and then see what the audience score is or whatever. I don't know. But Tony Khan used that as a reference for how business is doing. Business is booming, guys. My cage match scores are up.
To which Tony Khan bites and then decides, I'm going to take a shot at Jinder Mahal.
Yes. And then the world, and so our story begins.
Yeah.
He immediately goes out there and says, like, and I'm going to paraphrase all these, double standard. Hook challenge for Samoa Joe. He's on a 28-1 record, and he challenged the world champion. Jinder just shows up, and he gets a title shot. This is ridiculous. Where's the outcry? Where's the people complaining? And I'm like, no one. One, most people didn't know Hook challenged Samoa Joe because no one watches Collision. No one. And I, for the record, didn't care. I was like, whatever. Everybody gets title shots. Commander has more title shots than anybody, or AR Fox, or whoever else they just dig up once a week who get random either Ring of Honor or mid-card AEW title matches, whether it's for the International or TNT.
I just want to point out that at the early stages of AEW Dynamite, Joey Janela was getting title matches like frequently.
Yes.
You telling me he deserved it?
Yeah, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. So all of a sudden, everybody cares about what matters. Tony, you already did away with your rankings. No one cared about Hook getting a title match or Jinder being a title match. But however, this was the most important thing on the internet to Tony Khan, Eric Bischoff, and other randos in the world. So Jinder responds, who the fuck is Hook? Like, if I'm Jinder, that's the only response to have. And he now deleted tweet from Jinder. Bischoff gets involved, and he starts calling Tony Khan a clown, and Tony starts going after Bischoff, talking about he's a miserable bastard, and then they're going back and forth. Taz interrupts in between and says Hook, and spells out his skin's name in all caps. And I'm thinking to myself, and I go, so, why couldn't everybody just shut the fuck up? Who cares? This is wrestling.
It's true. Why couldn't everyone just shut the fuck up? It starts with Tony because he's done this numerous times before. But I feel like what Tony has done is almost similar to what what's his name?
Shivani?
It wasn't was it Shivani that
it was Shivani that said Mick Foley is to put ass in his face? I don't
Is it gonna make Jinder one of those cult heroes?
It did. It did make him to a cult hero, because at this point everybody's coming out to the defense of Jinder and not only his title reign and who he is as a wrestler and his backstory with Seth and NXT and all this other stuff. Jinder is now on Monday, on Martin Luther King Day, where everybody has a dream. And yes, maybe I have something to say about that as well. Jinder may become world heavyweight champion. He may become world heavyweight champion due to this.
I think you should put the belt on him.
Yes!
Put it on him.
Seth's
title reign hasn't meant anything to me.
Yeah. And as someone said online, I think I read somewhere in the mid-card mess, I don't know. I never know who I read. I'm sorry. It could have even been Manny. Sometimes it is. Put the belt on Jinder, have Damian Priest cash in on his ass. And then we settle all this at the Elimination Chamber.
It would make great
and then
TV.
we can get back to stuff.
Yeah, it would make great TV. It would.
Yeah. And people will tune in because, oh shit, Jinder just won the world title. Again. And then you have it go all the way to Chamber. Or, either him or Priest is champion.
Don't you hinder Jinder. What have you learned?
Because
don't hinder Jinder.
Unlike popular demand, Jinder has been really good in his 2 weeks coming back. And he's been the most talked about wrestler in the past 2 weeks than any other wrestler on the planet that isn't named The Rock, probably. Because he was in the segment. He's in the segment with The Rock. He's in the segment with Seth. Tony Khan took time out of his busy day to be upset with Jinder Mahal, proving that he's out there watching watching Monday Night Raw on a weekly basis. Just over there going.
The problem lies here. If AEW's ratings do not even come close to what Raw's is, He's essentially just booked. He's essentially just put Raw over.
Yes, he did. On a Raw that no one honestly cared about. I don't think there was much coming out of this Raw. Like, the biggest story was R-Truth and Judgment Day. Ha ha ha. Funny. Great. Good time. That was the big story for Raw. No one honestly cared. CM Punk and Drew McIntyre had a confrontation of words. No, that kind of just went, came and went.
Yep.
Now, this is a lingering thing of, Jinder has a world title match. And now everybody's going to tune in next week because there's no national championship game. There's nothing else on this Monday. And most people are going to tune in and be like, is Jinder going to win the world title? Because they might do it due to the buzz.
I think you have to. I think you honestly have to put him over.
Sorry, Seth. Sorry. Jinder Mahal to hijack WrestleMania season. And
hey, Jinder put him over in NXT. Why can't Seth put him over on Raw? I'm just saying.
That's
just
like the same thing. It's not a pay-per-view. It's, old NXT. Come on. One time.
All right, so before we move into anything else, the Sharpie wife, Mrs. Smith, went not related to anything you guys are talking about, but I'm excited for this TNA event or whatever the company name is now.
Yes, Hard to Kill this Saturday. I'm actually pumped up for the show too. It seems like a really, really good card, and it's the best name for a pay-per-view ever. They've used Hard to Kill before on numerous Impact and TNA shows, but I think it's hilarious that this is the day of the rebranding. It's called TNA Hard to Kill because TNA has been the hardest to kill promotion in the history of wrestling promotions. Like, it will not die.
I remember the early days of the Sharpshooters Wrestling podcast.
Yeah,
everyone was clamoring for this company to die.
Yeah, it got to the point where you just wanted it to die. It was good. It was out of control. Yeah. And then they rebranded. They were just going to like different channels, and soon they were off TV. Like at a point, and it just seemed like, this is over. This is going to end eventually. But then all of a sudden, the resurgence. They got under new management, and it just seemed like they've just been going in a better and right direction since then. And it seems good. It seems good.
Yeah. I mean, the other news that really sticks out to me is Chris Jericho getting knocked the fuck out on his boat cruise by MVP, allegedly. But
yeah.
But like, we all know we want this to be true.
Yeah, we want it all to be true. Come on, everybody. Even your deep down seated roots want it to be true. We all want it to be true. We all want it to be true. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't care. In my history of wrestling history, this is going down as, this is true. This is true. This is a fact.
Right, let's get into AEW. I think we can speed through this. It kicks off with Adam Page versus Claudio. Hangman wins in an alright, decent match to open up Dynamite.
Yeah, it was there. I don't know what is supposed to come from this.
There was no purpose for this.
Yeah. I guess to maybe give Hangman a win because he hasn't won in a while. He's only fought like pay-per-view matches and lost. But whatever. I have no opinion on this. It was just like,
I don't have much to say about this whole episode of Dynamite. You get the eight-man tag.
Here we go.
Of Orange Cassidy, Preston Vance, Dustin Rhodes, Adam Copeland, Brian Cage, Lance Archer, and what are they called? The Gates of Agony?
The Gates of Agony, Manny. Don't confuse it with the Altars of Pain. Because that's what you want to call them too. I know you want to get every tag team together and call them the Altars of Pain. But you can't do that to the Gates of Agony. But
the Gates of Agony seem like they should be the doors to once you beat them, I feel like the next in line is the Authors of Pain.
Yeah, so you pull up to the venue and you have to go. Then someone's like, "Oh, I need directions. I'm going to fight the Authors of Pain today." Oh yeah, so first you have to go to the Gates of Agony, or take a long trip down the highway to hell, past the Gates of Agony, some other bullshit in the way.
You gotta go through the Legion of Doom, and then get.
Now that's right near the SmackDown Hotel, and across that railroad is Dudleyville. If you go to Dudleyville, you went too far. So just letting you know. But this is the most they're always together. Like the Gates of Agony is the most unimportant team in all of AEW. That they show up for these random matches and that never comes of it. We've never heard from them. It seems like Swerve only needs them when he cares. When he's like, I need security just in case shit pop off. But let me get into this match, Manny. This 8-person tag match was a tribute to the late great Brody Lee. Am I correct? Is that what I got?
Well, I think the whole show was a tribute to Brody Lee because it was the first time they've been there in a while. And Brody Lee died around end of December. When I think in 2020,
something like that, right?
Yeah.
So it was dedicated to them. That's nice of them. That's nice. They show video packages. They call him the greatest TNT champion of all time. But I have problems with this, Manny. You want to know problem number one? And this is probably
Preston
something
Vance is supposed to be a heel, and he's tagging with the faces.
Yes, Manny. And do you remember how he turned heel? What he did?
He turned on -1.
Yeah, and threw his mask at the kid, leaving the kid on the ramp in tears?
Yes.
And now you're here to honor his father? And you get the victory? Talking about, I love you, Brody. That's ridiculous. Was the problem.
The show is ridiculous.
That was my biggest problem. Yeah.
There's nothing else to talk about this match.
I think that was ridiculous. But I have more. Man.
You have more.
You
have more about this garbage match.
Yes, I have more. Number two. And this thing maybe it's something all in. And I wish they stopped texting. This is driving me crazy. And I keep getting these messages. It's from Shantae, Charming Wife, Ryan, and Eric. They're just in this group chat and they're going back and forth. Don't know what they're talking about. But it's annoying. It's bothering me. It's
TNA. It's clearly about TNA.
I'm sure it's about TNA. And it just doesn't stop beeping. It just doesn't stop. That's it. I'm throwing my watch over here. I'm done. Oh. The second thing that got to me. Maybe it's an observation that I made. But we have this match. Everybody's coming into the ring. They did this video package of Brody Lee. Everything's fine. Manny, can you explain to me, Exhibit A, as if you're on the stand, how does Lance Archer's music start?
Everybody.
Isn't that so fucked up? That's the one time I wouldn't play his music because just like everybody dies. And he's a good guy.
It's true.
I think.
It's true.
I know it's a true statement, but in the emotional content, imagine me on Martin Luther King Day, Manny, this Monday. They do the video. It's probably going to take out the first hour of Raw commercial free. But I don't know. Vince McMahon's not in charge. That's not in charge. So I don't know what we're getting from Martin Luther King, but it may go the first half hour commercial free of Monday Night Raw, and it's all Martin Luther King video package. And imagine me going on stage and going, "Oh, Martin Luther King, yeah, everybody dies." Not important.
Well,
I feel like that's the wrong song to
there's
play.
There's a difference of how these two individuals died. Second of all,
yes.
Second of all, Martin Luther King Day is established day after a man that did a lot of work towards the black community.
Yeah, you don't know what Brody did. He hung out with Big E.
I don't know what Brody did. That is true. I don't know what Brody did, but I don't think anyone that was at that show was like, "Oh my God, it's Brody and he's ruined it. He's ruined it with his entrance music."
No, but I'm not saying he ruined it. I'm just saying it's a slight observation of something I don't think I would do. I don't think I would have Lance Archer, who I never
Honestly,
use.
I don't think
And
enough
his
people
music
watch the show. Yeah.
everybody does.
I don't think there was enough people watching this show this week to actually be like, you know what? I feel deeply about what they did.
I don't think anybody cared. I think I'm the only one on this planet that actually noticed that. Like, we're really doing this? We're really playing this song and celebrating? But anyway, this stupid ass match happens and I don't care.
Yeah.
And by the way, I look at your boy Edge, Manny. I say, Tony, is this what you brought Edge in?
Don't call him me. How dare you call him my boy? He ain't my boy.
Did I say your boy? I meant Tony.
Yeah.
I don't know what I said.
None of us like Edge on this show.
Hey, I still like Edge. I just think that he can make better choices in his life.
No, the last time I cared about Edge was that promo when he said he's doing Hurricane Runners off the top rope. And ever since, he hasn't done one.
And I'm waiting, and I don't think he's ever going to do it again. But I'm just saying, like, this is your big signing, Edge, and he's just thrown away into this 8-man tag of like, yeah, has nothing to do with anything. He has no connection to Brody whatsoever. Because during his entire Luke Harper run in WWE, Edge was retired.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was like, why is he here? Like, it could be anybody. There was no follow-up on him and Christian and that story whatsoever.
There wasn't much follow-up on anything on this show.
No. All right, let's keep it going. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for those rants. But everybody dies, I guess. Shit.
The Bullet Club said stuff with the Acclaim. They want to join forces and become the Bang Bangs as a club, which just sounds ridiculous.
Why?
Factions.
Why?
Factions, that's why.
Why? What do you need them for? You're already the trios champion. What other belts you want? It's not like they can give us a 6-person champion.
The 6-person championship coming soon to AEW.
Yeah, and even Jay White was like, before they even walked over, you know, we could be trios champion too. We can do anything we want with a Bang Bang Gang. And then they walk over and was like, hey, you want to team up? For what? I want your belts. I want your belts. Jay White, by
one
the
of
way,
the only things that
actually
actually mattered.
Stepmom.
One of the only things that actually mattered on the show was Samoa Joe coming out saying he's making changes to the Champions Challenging Protocol. No more whining about poor misfortunes. No more going on social media making ho-ass comments. You bring your record and your reputation and submit it to the championship committee. If you're deemed worthy, you will get stomped out by Samoa Joe.
Thank you, Joe. I'm going to call this the Jinder Mahal rule.
That's not a Jinder Mahal rule.
That's the Jinder rule. Just show up, submit your resume. That's what he did to Seth. Try to do a little sneak attack. Didn't work out. He's going to get his whole ass dumped out next week by Seth. And I think this is called the Jinder Mahal rule for title matches.
Swerve comes out, says it isn't personal. He just wants that title. Hangman claims 2024. He will make the AEW title his. Then Hook gets in Samoa Joe's face and says 1 week till he dies.
Yeah. Of all the people who walked out there, when Hook went out there, I went, ooh, you scary. Swerve comes out with his entire gang. I just sweat that. Hangman comes out here, probably drunk, just rambling, trying to cut in line. When I don't know what his argument is. Samoa Joe, I want to get back in the title match. I should be number one contender. Swerve's just looking at him. I already beat you twice. You have no claim. You have no claim to the title before me.
Yeah.
How dare you? How dare you? I'm just gonna walk away. Just walk away from all of this.
Toni Storm is in the back being interviewed. We find out that she didn't watch Mariah May's debut, but asked if she did an arm drag.
Yes. I don't know why that was the funniest line of the night.
No, the next line is the funniest line, Marcus.
What?
When she was asked
drag.
No, so when asked about Deonna Purrazzo's debut, Mariah May said she kicked me in, and yeah, she kicked me in the face. Toni Storm goes, "Here, Mariah, have some chocolate." Like Lupin in Harry Potter when Harry Potter got kissed by a Dementor.
Yes. Where he was sucking
Eat
the
your
life
chocolate,
out of him.
Mariah. Eat your chocolate.
I don't even think I heard that line. I was too busy laughing over oh yeah, I got the screener of your match. I didn't watch it. Did you do it on drag? It's just unserious. And she said, and look, it killed me. I didn't hear the chocolate line, which is brilliant.
Different
level of line
and then as
delivery.
Tony Storm tries to storm off,
Is there a pun
she
in it?
says chin up, tits out, and then forgets her line, which Mariah May fills in. And then Tony Storm says, "You've ruined my you've ruined my performance."
You ruined the performance. You ruined everything. It's over. It's over. I'm going to say this right now. This was best segment of the night for Dynamite.
There was nothing else,
not even close. It was not even close. It wasn't even close.
Deanna later in the night says she has her eyes on Tony Storm, and she will make a debut on Collision, apparently against Red Velvet, which was the worst interaction I've seen in a while.
Yeah, she shows up. I got something cooking in the kitchen, and we gonna have a match on Collision. And I go, there goes Deanna. You get your one match a week. That's where we're at. Basically, everybody gets their one match a week. And like again, when you talk about improvements to the women's division, Tony had her segment, but we're going to throw all the women in one segment tonight in the 8-woman tag, and that's it.
Yeah,
and Deanna's going to do her match. That's it.
So really, when you look at this, Mercedes, you really want to be part of this?
You really want one segment? And if we're going one segment, Tony Storm's talking is better than anything that happened in this match.
This match was awful. I don't even want to talk about it.
It took me back to when the Bella Twins ran roughshod over the women's division. Like, I can go further back. But I thought it was a step above Sable versus somebody. It was a step above a Sable Bomb. Yeah, it was a step above a Sable Bomb match. And after that, I think, it's a step below any other WWE women's or whatever TNA women's multi-person tag match. Like, this is what we're getting here.
Sammy Guevara took on Ricky Stark. Sammy gets a roll-up victory. Big Bill attacks Sammy after the match, and Jericho comes out and makes a terrible save, and no one else cares about this.
Yeah, I was literally watching someone named Ricky Starks go to work and not be happy to be there the entire time. He looked like everybody else that has a job and was like, I gotta wake up and go to work. That's what it looked like. The man looked like he was phoning it in. I think Sammy, now that he's a full babyface again, I don't think anybody wants this. He looks as bland as I don't know what in his white attire and stuff. And I think no one wanted this. Like, it just seems like it happened. It was a fine match, whatever. But I think both people are miscast, misused, and don't understand what's going on. And then even in the walk-away pull-apart, the big story is Jericho makes an epic save with Judas playing the entire time, so he can't get booed. Which made me sad that they could just take him off TV.
Then we get Roderick Strong versus the bounty hunter, Brian Keith. There is only one bounty hunter that I know of, and his name is Dog. And this match was awful.
I'm not going to say this match is awful. I say it has no purpose. I don't think a Roderick Strong match can be awful at all. And I just felt like Brian Keith is on the Commander schedule or the AR5 schedule or who else is on there? Gravity.
Where you can't put him with the Mexicans
each week.
You can't put him with the Mexicans.
I put him with 2 Mexicans. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It just seems like they're on the schedule of, we're going to put you on the show every week just so you can do jobs to people. You got to look
by the way, you remember how Private Party were back last week? They were gone this week.
Yeah, I don't know if they were back. Maybe too many shots. No follow-up on anything. Ever on this show.
Do you have any takeaways from what Mini Drew McIntyre had to say after the match?
Huh? Oh. I was like, who? Oh, you mean the manager, Adam Cole?
Yeah, the manager, Adam Cole.
No, I have nothing to say because I believe, if I'm correct, he said the exact same things he said last week.
Yes. Yes, he did.
Like he was like, "Oh, line. What's next for us? We don't really have anything. You can't even stand in the ring, and you got the kingdom behind you, which no one cares about, and then you got a Roddy Strong who used to scream Adam, but no longer does it anymore, and is back to just being Roddy Strong. And I'm glad he isn't screaming random names anymore, but yeah, I don't understand what this group is anymore.
No
We
one does.
we ruined without MJF still being around and injured. It's like, why are we all together? Why are we all together? It's no point.
I think AEW are going to struggle with the length of time MJF may be out for.
Yeah, it seemed like there was a lack of star
power. This is a sign. I feel bad for Samoa Joe because Samoa Joe can't do this on his own.
They're expecting old ass Samoa Joe to carry the company, and I mean, the biggest star of the show seemed like it was Swerve, if I'm correct. He seemed like he's the only one that got like a really big reaction, other than like I guess Sting dying.
Well, the Young Bucks also got a decent reaction.
You might be right there, but I don't think the Young Bucks are carrying the show.
Sting and Darby take on Powerhouse Hobbs and Takeshita. Marcus, I've lost respect for Powerhouse Hobbs.
Why? What was the camel that broke what was the straw that broke the camel's back, Manny?
Ric Flair gingerly got into the ring.
Yep.
And I'm talking. I could have had that could have been done in picture.
I feel he's gonna need hip surgery while he's getting in the ring.
Yeah, you could have come back from at commercial break, and then Ric Flair would still be getting in the ring, and then he did the weakest chops to Powerhouse, which he sold.
Yep.
And then got a thumb to the eye, which I would question that he may need to get his eye tested from Ric Flair. I've just lost full respect for this man.
I thought it was going to be that Sting not only did Scorpion Death Drop or Powerhouse Hobbs, but pinned him with one finger on him without the hook of a leg or anything. He's dead. That was the end of Powerhouse Hobbs. I don't understand what we're doing with the Callis family. I just think there's too many talented people in that group for them to just be losing like this. Not only losing, getting fucked up. They get fucked up. Sting and Darby fucked them up.
I don't know what I don't know. Like Powerhouse Powerhouse has the look of a guy that should be dominant. Powerhouse should be Oba Femi.
Yeah, I'm about to say the same thing. It should be me. It should be me.
They treat him just like they treat him like bounty hunter Brian Keith.
Yeah. And then you got Takeshita on the same front, who beat Kenny Omega twice, who should be treated like I don't know. Anybody that was in that main event picture, like Hangman, coming out there going challenging Samoa Joe or something. But no, he's just here. They're wasting these guys.
Takeshita's treated like Kushida in NXT in jacket time.
I feel like Takeshita, as much as you're upset about the Hobbs thing, I'm more upset about Takeshita. I think he's a better wrestler than Hobbs and should be treated like a real wrestler. Like I don't understand why he's just jobbing week after week or something or doing absolutely nothing. I don't understand the point. Like, this guy is in the prime of his life, and every time he's out there in that ring, he's doing Dynamite. And apparently I heard he speaks really good English, and they never let him talk.
No.
I don't honestly know why he's evil. I can't remember. But it's just horrible.
It's Kenny Omega, isn't it?
Anyway, Sting falls. It looks like he falls on his head or something. He misses 2 tables where I want to add a 3rd or 4th table, or stop doing the spot with Sting. He always dies on these table spots. He misses all the time.
And then as Schiavone tries to ask Sting who his final opponent's going to be, out come pencil mustaches, the Young Bucks.
All right, Manny, more likely, which outfit are you wearing? That's the best I got for this.
The black one.
Oh, I'm definitely wearing the white one for sure.
Yeah, I know you would wear the white one because you'd also look good in the hat. I'm just saying. You would
Yeah, and
also
the
look
pencil
good in that
mustache.
hat.
I think I'll pull off the pencil mustache. I think I can pull that off. But they
Yeah,
both
whereas
look
I would
like
probably
very.
look better with the Hogan moustache going on over there.
They both look like variations of Edward Norton in the Italian Job. That's what I got from this. But they come out there snapping their fingers. They say nothing. And we still had time left. Somebody, who is Sting's last opponent, please? Can you answer that question? I want to follow up, Sting. Can you follow up? I'm sorry that we were interrupted, but who's your last opponent going to be? Yeah, I would love for him to just be like, well, I want to do Brian Keefe and Commander. I want a very easy match. I don't want to pressure myself. All right. But to me, that would be funny if that happened. How do you feel about the Bucks being Sting's last match?
I think, if anything, he should go out facing Darby. I don't think he should be in a tag match. If he's got it, he could still. If he's got it, he could still do another. He could still probably give you at least 5 to 6 minutes.
All I need is 10 minutes. 10 minutes,
Yeah.
and most of it is just like, Sting getting beat up and stalled on the outside, laying on his back, and then making a comeback, and then losing at the end. That's why the show does sucks, Manny. We agree on everything. I hate it. I 100% agree. I was gonna say Darby should be the last match. It should be a passing of the torch. But I guess there's no heat. That I don't think we need a tag match though.
They do not sound like they're British gangsters. They sound like just those gangsters. That's how I talk, say.
Nah, Steve.
The Italian gangsters.
Never gonna get me again, copper. Nah. My Tommy gun. I can smell you getting off the elevator. Oh no, I'll just say some filthy rings.
Yeah, this AEW Dynamite was very much, you could have missed this, if anything.
Yeah. For a show that calls itself All Elite Wrestling, they sure are missing all their elites. I guess they showed up at the end. But it was a lot of like, skip. Like if it wasn't for the show, it would be a lot of stuff where I'd be like, oh, what's going on in these NBA games right now?
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Let's move into something that I cared a little bit more about, which is NXT. It kicks off with them showing how NXT kick-started, with Nikita Lyons and Blair Davenport going at it in the NXT parking lot.
Yeah, so I didn't understand what happened here. They're attacking the parking lot. And I guess that was earlier tonight, right? They said that's earlier in the day. And then they're still brawling. They changed clothes and they're brawling into the ring.
Yeah, Vic tried to sell it as they've been doing it. They've been doing this since they got here. No, because they clearly got changed.
Yeah.
And then saw each other at the entrance point and decided, oh, let's just start fighting now.
Yeah, beat down on fight. Our match is even scheduled till later. But whatever. So I'm going to put this down as the greatest Nikita Lyons match of all time, Eddie. Not much.
I think she looked better in the ring, although I think she needs to work on her cardio because she did look a little bit gassed and lost in that match towards the near end point.
Yeah, I thought her kicks looked better. I thought there were moves. I thought the selling of the leg buckling or whatever was a good sell because it just looked like it's just an awkward looking thing to see. Shocked Blair won. I was shocked Blair won the match, to be honest.
I think it makes
Blair
sense if you're leading. I think you got to really establish Blair Davenport is actually a real threat. Realistically, she is actually a real threat because she technically took Lyra to the limit.
Yeah,
and
I don't know what else to do. There's a lot of women who I'm like, so what are we doing with these women? And later you see Gigi Dolan and JC Jade. And
NXT does have a good problem where they do have good talent. It's kind of like TNA, where you've got a solid foundation of women's wrestlers in TNA, and then it's a question of what do you do with them because they all can't be the champion.
Yeah, and I'm not proposing a mid-card title. Don't you dare bring out a new belt. I'm just saying that there's a lot on that. They're just kind of around.
Yeah. So Blair wins with a knee to the face, and then we go to the back where Mello has been on the phone to Ava and got them the last spot in the Dusty Classic, but Trick doesn't want to. He's hesitant because he wants to focus on Dragunov, but Mello convinces him because people are going to start calling him two-title Trick.
Yeah, Manny, I have a problem with this right away. One, that convinced Trick to be like, yeah, I'm on board, two-title Trick. I'm down with that. But here's my number one problem. The tournament began tonight.
Yeah.
What do you mean we didn't have a final spot? How did Mello slip in? Or who did they bump? Who did they bump out the tournament? Or was Ava, who her first job was put together a tag team tournament? Fuck, I have an odd number of teams and I don't know what to do. Thank God.
Marcus, I was going to bring this up later. Do you remember NXT? UK.
Yes.
Do you remember NXT
you left
UK?
that part, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you remember the general manager of NXT UK was Johnny Saint?
Yeah.
But he was never there. And then
Yep.
he had his little boy, Sid Scala, as the go-to. I think we've got a new Sid Scala, and it's Ava Rain.
I think you're 100% right. Sean
Johnny Saint never turned up to work. Johnny Saint never turned up to
only
work.
on like maybe once every 2 UK takeovers or whatever they call themselves. And yeah. Like, oh, there he is. He's alive. Never make a ruling. And then you just hear Sid Scala going, as word from Johnny Saint. And I go, bullshit. You're running this. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on here. But who was that final spot would have been for? There's no more tag teams. Mello and Trick have to be the only ones. And they barely got this to work because Bron Breakker and Baron Corbin are a makeshift tag team as well.
Well, OTM could have been in that tag team, but they already had a tag team title match.
Oh, yeah, you're right. But, you know, they could have still been in there. Like, yo, let's fill that spot. Baron Corbin and Bronson, what's his name? Bron Breakker team together and they destroy. How
good was that suplex with technically a suplex of a fall-away slam?
Yeah. It was amazing. It's always good. It's always good. And my only problem with this match is basically the makeshift tag teams always win. They beat Gallus. The makeshift tag teams are always better than the real tag teams. There was no hiccup. They just knew they could beat Gallus whatsoever. It was just like, oh.
Yeah, but in this instance, when you look at Bron Breakker could win this tournament by himself.
Bron Breakker looks like the cheat code of NXT where it's like, you're still here? Why? It's the equivalent of watching LeBron James play in the G League. It's like, oh, this is what's going on. Yeah.
We got Tiffany Stratton on the ranch, which was pretty funny. Like the whole thing just seemed really ridiculous.
Yeah. Like before she showed up, I was like, "Where is she?" I was like, "She's gonna come in the most ridiculous outfit whatsoever," and she did not disappoint. Who goes to anything dressed like that? Let alone a ranch, Manny. Let alone a ranch. That horse is so in love. Horse is just like, I'm lost in her eyes, man. I don't know. Right wrist it all right here. The white girl I've been looking for my whole life. I've been alive for 7 months.
It was just a set of ridiculous tasks that leads to Tiffany Stratton just falling in stepping in shit and then falling into a tub of drinking water.
Yeah, a lot of questions about this ranch that was going on here. I don't know how rich. Is Valley Henry gimmick that she's rich? This was a humongous ranch and farm with horses. She's on that.
This wasn't necessarily just a ranch. Everything happened was in the stable. Nothing. It wasn't. You couldn't actually call this a ranch because it was just a horse stable.
They didn't do anything else.
She didn't do anything. She didn't do anything with hay. She didn't farm or anything. No, all she did All she did
clean.
was play around with some horses and clean some horses.
Just clean horse shit. Yeah. Like, I don't, I guess, but it seems like this is Fellow Henry's New Gamer should be rich. You have this many horses and a stable and all that. It seems like, why are you wrestling at this point? You're rich. You're filthy rich. You own that bar that apparently you lost to Gallus.
Who started throwing out idle threats to Ridge.
Yeah. That was funny when they were walking by and Ridge going by, oh yeah, you're a piece of shit. Oh, what's this? Yes.
Buy porn, let alone DVDs of it.
This is back in the day, man. It's back in the day. It's for us old people, okay? Back when porn meant something.
When it meant something, it was meant the same
back
thing.
Back when they had meaning. Now everybody has porn. Porn's everywhere. Porn's everywhere. It used to be hard to come by. I used to see it in like the liquor store, and hopefully a guy, you buy me a porno bag. It used to be hard. It used to be hard. Now porn's everywhere. It's disgusting. Porn have meaning. Seeing a nipple in a movie, man, he meant something.
Lyra Valkyria.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Lyra Valkyria wants to know who she's going to face at Vengeance Day and states Ava Rain told her that there's going to be a 20-woman battle royal and the last 4 will be battle it out in a fatal 4-way to be the #1 contender. Yes. Out comes Lola Vice, threatens to cash in her contract whenever she wants. Lyra says says all she does is talk, and she isn't here to watch her shake her ass like she does on Instagram.
Oh, what the hell?
Lyra continues to drive a wedge by telling Lola that when she going to tell Elektra that she has no plans on using that tag title for tag gold.
Yeah, Manny, I think Elektra should know that already by the fact that she walked out and stared down the champion and was like, hey, I'm going to cash this in on you. I feel like Elektra knew that. It was like, what kind of rip are you trying to throw here? Punch to the face.
Lyra ends up in a 2-on-1 attack, but Paxley makes the save.
Yeah, and starts yelling creepy stuff about, like, I love this woman, you're never gonna hurt her, or stuff like that. I'm going, okay, this is getting serious.
The Metaphor mocked the breaking up of the Cowboys.
This is the best they can do with a little tablet. They couldn't get a screen. They can't get a big screen. They were all huddled around this little tablet, laughing at something that happened a week ago. Like, we broke them up.
Briggs thinks he deserves a rematch, and then immediately as he says that, the graphic comes up that it's Briggs versus Briggs versus Oro Mensah next.
Yeah, because he's like, oh, I'm going to fight you and prove whatever. I just think if you get disqualified in a championship match, you should not get a title match because you quote unquote are disqualified. Imagine Olympic spinners like, yeah, you're disqualified in this race, but we're gonna let you run again later.
So in the match, Metaphor tried to cause a distraction, however, it backfires as Briggs delivers a clothesline from hell on Mensah and picks up the win.
Yep. I don't know if I'll need to see Noam Dar and Briggs go at it again for this Heritage Cup.
Neither do I. Tony D and Stax take on OTM for the tag team titles. Tony D was dressed as one of the Quebecers.
We can't wear that outfit and not think about the Quebec, the red top and the pants. Come on. Come on.
Tony D picks up the win with a fisherman suplex. OTM run into Jada Parker in the parking lot. She says that she is their missing piece. Okay,
that's who that was. I was like, who the fuck are you?
It's the person that everyone thought was going to be Jade Cargill's WWE name.
Yeah. How does Jada Parker feel about that? Going like, that's me. No, that's me. Why? But Reggie was like, yeah. What do you think of OTM in this one? I think they're all going to get fired, except for maybe the guy who actually wears wrestling tights, who seemed like he doesn't want anything to do with the other two.
I don't know. It's too early to
The
tell.
one in the gray tights who wears ring gear and everything seems like he looks at Reggie and I'm gonna say Bronco Nima, and I hope I got it right. And he looks at him and goes like, "I'm so much better than this guy. Please get me out of this match. We're gonna get fired." He just has that look of we're gonna get fired.
NXT Anonymous made it seem like Chase U is about to get toxic as all the girls were surrounded by a video player and like, we're gonna do this.
So, Manny, do you think they are gonna come out? They're just strippers. She put them in the club.
Marcus, I'm telling you now.
Rise of JCJ the pimp.
I'm telling you now, it might end up being a short if that does happen.
If they play toxic music and then they're just stripping, like, this is how you better get the money back in the strip club, JC. Yeah, I'm pimping. This ain't just stripping. They going the extra mile for some people. Oh.
Cora Jade versus Gigi Dolan. Kind of just there. Cora wins with a DDT.
Gigi's just there. She just exists.
I don't know what they're going to do with Gigi Dolan. They had so much prospect for her, but now she's just kind of just there.
Yeah. I'm not gonna again, this matchup probably shouldn't have happened. Cora could have beat anybody. She could have beat anybody. But whatever.
Hank and Tank take on Nathan Frazier and Axiom for the next round, one of the rounds of the Dusty Cup. Combined, Marcus, Hank and Tank may be the closest thing, based on their attire, you're ever gonna get to Duke the Dumpster Drosy.
The kids in the dumpster. The dumpster babies. That's what we're gonna call them for now on.
And the other thing is they're both trash.
Yeah. That's also true. You know what? Tank isn't as bad as Hank. But I do agree they're both trash. I'm calling them for now. They're known as the dumpster babies. They lost.
Nathan Frazier wins with a Phoenix Splash. Earlier in the night, Ava Raine made the match.
Tactics, by the way. Kings of
Ava Raine made the match because Lexus King provided his own contract for Dragon Lee.
Oh. Yeah, so I didn't know what was going to happen in this match. I didn't know if Dragon Lee was going to beat Lexi King or not. Or are we just talking about the segment? I don't know where we're at right now.
No, we're at the main event.
We're at the main event, right? So I didn't know. When Dragon Lee won, I was like, oh, okay, that's a solid show. Thought that was the end. Got up, started doing dishes. TV was just on. And then all of a sudden I hear, wait a minute, book. And I go, huh? What? Oh, no.
But it was interesting, though, because Oba Femi was interviewed prior to this as well.
Yeah.
And Oba Femi was like, we're talking, and Lexus King comes out, and he's like, you better not be thinking about cashing that in tonight. You stay out of my way because you look like the next NXT champion. And I'll be the NXT North American champion. So apparently, Oba Femi took that as offense and decided, I'm going to go for the second tier title.
Yeah. So how come he doesn't get the outrage that Austin Theory got for cashing in on the US title? It's the same. This is not the same thing.
It's NXT.
It's the same thing. The North American title has a history of being black. And I guess he wanted to make sure it stayed that way.
You want to keep the lineage.
The lineage of being the blackest title on the planet. Whether you're Velveteen Dream, Ricochet, Carmelo, Trick, not Trick, Wesley.
Trick did win it.
No,
Trick did win it.
Oh, yeah, he was North American. It was a bit. I didn't mean Trick when I said Trick, though. But Wesley.
Trick had it for about 3 days.
Yeah. This is the title for the culture right here. This is the black title of the world, or minorities only. This is where the minorities get their belts.
But then Oba Femi comes out, cashes in, destroys Dragon Lee.
Yeah, for a second I was like, "Oh, Dragon Lee's the fit." Oh, he's dead. He's dead. It was a second. He's dead.
See, Marcus, he's conquered Dragon Lee.
Yeah.
Now he needs to go conquer the Mad Dragon.
Ooh. But the Mad Dragon
Oba
is
Femi, the Dragon Slayer.
the Mad Dragon is out of commission right now. He's in his shoebox trying to recover.
Has anyone actually reported what was wrong with him? Other than it being a story.
Other than the wrench thing. The wrench thing is the story on NXT, but the other injuries are just, they said it was lingering injuries from the wear and tear for the year. Just kind of just weighed him down. Like, it's a bunch of lingering injuries, like, all over. Which you can imagine, the way he wrestles, it's just like, yeah, it's Darby Allin without, tables, I guess. With people actually hitting him.
Yeah.
It's like a step away. I don't know who takes more punishment, him or Darby. I feel like it's Darby because he weighs less and gets thrown across
because
the
he
air.
actually throws himself into things.
Yeah, this way, like when in the Takeshita match, where Hobbs and Takeshita have him on one side of the ring, and they just see solid Darby, and they throw him all the way across the ring, where his face hits the bottom rope, and I'm like, oh shit, that looked like that was just the worst.
Yeah, but I don't think that's that nearly as bad, Marcus, because Uncle Phil did that to Uncle Phil would always do that to
Jazz, but you don't see Jazz for a bit. You don't see Jazz for a bit, man. He doesn't come back every episode.
In the next episode.
He's never back in the next episode. It'll be 3 episodes later or more. Jazz don't come. He wasn't in everyone. You get thrown out and you won't see him for a bit. That was recovery time. But if it was today, because that's the way you can do people in the 90s, you can kick their ass and not worry about them suing. In today's world, Jazz would sue all the Bankses and be on the opposite end of all of that. And him and Will would take the whole thing down.
Mr. Judge Banks would be in the newspapers and all across the news for the stuff he'd been doing.
Yeah.
Supreme Court Judge Philip Banks.
He never made Supreme Court. He didn't make Supreme Court, did he?
I think he did.
I don't know. I feel like that's really high, man.
He got a really high paying job.
I think he was just a regular judge. I don't think he got Supreme Court judge.
I'm gonna go back and watch Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
He's made it
not to prove you wrong, just to enjoy myself.
No, I think he tried to become Supreme Court judge, right? Wasn't that one of the episodes where he was like trying to get votes?
I can't remember. It was so long ago.
Whatever. Yeah. Anyway,
but yeah, NXT was better than AEW Dynamite, but Raw. I feel like, but all 3 shows have kind of phoned it in this week.
Yeah,
a little bit.
I mean, I'm gonna say this: other than Tony Khan hyping up Jinder, and the R-Truth segment, that's the only really things that happened on any of these shows that really, really matter. I guess Oba being dubbed the North American title is a big deal, but we'll see where that goes.
Do you know what really bothers me? Do you know when we could have realistically just taken a week off?
Yeah.
Even though we've just been back a week. We could have taken a week off this week, given what we were presented.
Yes. Yes.
And you'd think because we were on the road to Royal Rumble, and subsequently starting the road to WrestleMania, this week would have been a good time to like really sell you on the Royal Rumble. They haven't done anything.
Well, the Royal Rumble's sold. It's sold already.
No, but like sell you on.
No, I mean, yeah.
You've got the Royal Rumble matches, Marcus, but sell me on the rest of the card, please. Sell me on the rest of the card.
I'm not going to declare myself a historian, but I believe that they undersell whatever happening on that card. Like you get title matches on there, you'd be like, well, who cares? 2 Rumble matches. It's already sold on who's coming out next. You already have the stories of Cody and Punk. They're set. It's like it's nothing else we can do. For it to be defense for the Rumble match. Just
the best match on a Royal Rumble recently was when Seth played mind games with Roman Reigns.
Yes. But there's you don't know what The Rock's gonna do. That's all we're waiting for. Everything's set.
The Rock's not going to the Royal Rumble. He's going to Australia.
Yeah, so we know he's going to Australia and giving them WrestleMania.
I can't actually wait for the show in WrestleMania because you'll get all facets of Marcus's bad accents.
What do you mean? I have amazing accents.
You can't call them governor because they don't do that over there.
What, for Australia? I say mate.
Yeah.
That ain't mate.
I do that too.
Foster's, Australian for beer.
Oh, Foster's. Don't ever drink that.
No, that's all I hear. I never tried it, never will drink it, and I heard Australians don't drink it either.
No. Disgusting.
But I'm assuming they think all I drink is Bud Light. No.
Oh no, people hate on Bud Light, but I don't mind Bud Light.
Oh, it's terrible. It's just water. It's just water.
Yeah, that's
Corona's
what I don't like. Thing is, that's what I don't mind about it. When it's cold, you don't actually care. When it's
I care.
No, because it has no taste. I just down that and be like, ooh, I just had a fine, refreshing glass of water.
I'd rather drink the water, Manny. I'd rather drink the water. Don't sell me like, but I think a Bud Light is a step above White Claw. I can't drink that shit. It just seems like
that's the Alka-Seltzer or whatever.
Yeah, Alka-Seltzers. No. Yeah, but the seltzers.
Yeah, disgusting.
Alka-Seltzer is for medicine, Manny.
I don't care.
But I'm saying it's a seltzer. Yeah, it's terrible. It just tastes like
seltzer. I tried a seltzer
soda
for the first time, maybe at some point at the end of last year.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually disgusting. I was like,
yes,
zero taste.
Oh, thank God. Thank you, Manny. Thank you. I thought you were going to say I tried it, and it wasn't that bad. No, it's horrible. It's disgusting.
No, it's horrible. Like it
tastes like someone
leaves a lingering taste.
Yeah,
it leaves a lingering taste that you can't cleanse your palate properly from.
It tastes worse than most energy drinks. It tastes like an energy drink that someone put a lot of water in and was like, I didn't drink your drink, and spit in it. That's what it tastes like. And I'm like, this is disgusting.
Yeah.
The calories do save.
So there is no Saturday show this week, as forementioned. Everyone is going too hard to kill.
Yeah. Well, you find out how hard to kill I really am. Sorry, Manny. Sorry, you can't.
I'll be lingering around.
Yeah. He'll be hanging around, feeding for Nina Samuel cookies or grabbing women's legs or whatever many parties these days.
Again, she put that leg up on me.
But where was your hand, Manny? Where was your hand?
Supporting her back because she was gonna fall.
Yeah, that's what I say. That's what I say. I got charged the last time I tried to support a woman's back. I'm supporting her back.
Yeah, but there's a difference, Marcus. My hand was there. You tried to spear her.
First of all,
let me show you the dressing move.
It's not a spear. It was a gore. Okay, get it correct. When we role play, sometimes I like to be ECW characters.
Yeah, some days I have a dress up as Sabu.
Yeah,
and throw chairs at her face.
Some days I just sit in the corner of the room in jean jackets and just be brooding over life. Then there's days when I come home with a Kindle stick and I'm all drunk and rowdy.
And other days, I'm just a human suplex machine.
Yeah. Some days I come in with a Confederate flag around myself and pull at the table with a black man. I mean, a white man named Bubba.
Some days I turn up with my crew, Guido.
That's the FBI, baby. But it's not the FBI you think. These are some full-blooded Italians.
ECW
man.
was a wild time.
Some days I just show up and just be like, I'm the whole fucking show. And people just got to deal with it.
Some days I bring home a prostitute and don't pay her the whole way because I'm poor dangerously.
Ding, 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 ding. It's over. It's over. You win. I had a Tommy Dreamer reference. It's not even worth it. It's not even worth it being an innovator of violence. It's not even worth it. Some days I like to be Whip Manny and say, give me another. I don't know if you remember that segment.
I don't, but that made me think of Cody Rhodes when he got the whipping.
Yeah, it's basically the same thing. It was Tommy
Yeah.
getting the canes, and then it was Cody. It's the same segment, basically.
Oh.
Yeah.
Marcus, I did
another
make a
one nice
giant
thing.
impulse buy the other night.
Ooh. Those are
So
always bad, but good.
Raw is doing the post WrestleMania tour. Not Raw. WWE are doing the post WrestleMania tour in the UK as per usual.
Yep.
The London show. I couldn't get any tickets near where I kind of wanted.
Uh-huh.
Then I was perusing Ticketmaster. Perusing. Oh, there was one just at the front row, Marcus.
Oh.
Front row. And it was a resale ticket. And I may have purchased it.
You didn't May? You did. There's no May or May not.
Yeah, I did.
There's no May or May not.
I may financially never recover from this.
Hey, for all you know, we can improve that hand slap game and upgrade the evolution of Manny hand slap. Now he's hand slapping Trinidadian guy and Brock Lesnar guy. And
nah, because it's not a Raw show. It's a live event. It's a live event.
They'll be there.
They won't be there. They only show up when they're on TV.
Yeah.
They're divas.
I would love for the day where one of us is like, oh shit, remember when Manny was just doing the sharpshooters and the channel? Yeah. Now look at him, high-fiving Trinidadian guy. Every wrestling show. He made it. He made it out.
He sold out.
Then he made it out. There he is, in Brock Lesnar guy and showing shirts. Yeah. I remember his humble beginnings, a high slapping Billy Starks and Nina Samuels and stuff.
And just buying cookies.
He was high-fiving them and stuff, and now he's rubbing mommy's back in the middle of a match. Life has changed. Better times.
Life comes at you fast.
Yep. I would though, and pettiness. If I got stupid rich, in the billions probably, and I was starting to show up at every WWE show, I'm always trying to take somebody's seat, and I'm taking Sign Guy's gimmick. I'm wearing the red hat and everything. I'm just ruining, carrying them Trinidadian flag. It's like, this guy's a menace.
All of their gimmicks?
Yeah, I'm trying all their gimmicks at once. Green shirt, Trinidadian flag, Sign Guy's hat, Brock Lesnar guy. I'm just going, just ruin them all.
I'm turning up in an Atlanta Falcons. Which I'm still disappointed in you.
Manny, I am disappointed in myself that I didn't even think of that. You're 100% right. You're 100% right.
I'm sure you could Amazon Prime yourself something right now for it to deliver tomorrow.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm not. It's not like I'm going to be a hard cam anyway, man. You know me. When I sit, I always go like this. Me and Sabu. Shout out to Marcus and the Raptors.
Oh, so you chill with Sting. You chill with Sting in the Raptors.
Yeah. Sting hands me the binoculars so I can look down. There you go, kid. I'm gonna go jump through a table.
See, I used to be like that, but then once you get the lavish life of being close to the ring, you kind of always want to be near it.
So I wouldn't mind being close to the ring if I could confirm that I'm high enough that I can see over everything. I hate missing stuff because people put a sign up. Or
I don't mind being,
or people standing up and I can't see shit, and
if you're on the floor, I don't want to be anywhere but the first two rows.
Yeah.
The moment you start getting to tiered seatings, I'm not that bothered.
Yeah.
Because at least you're a little bit elevated so you can see above stuff.
Yeah. Being close is nice, but I want it all. I want the $10,000 seats at WrestleMania that are just like right there. If I'm there, I'm there. Like,
I feel like that at some point is my goal. I feel like that's my goal, is to be that close to WrestleMania.
Yeah, and the thing is, for me, it's not even wrestling that I really want to be close to. It'll be it's more NBA. I want ringside seats at an NBA game. More importantly, a Laker game and Clipper game. but more in the Laker game, just because that's when you know you made it.
No, so
Ringside
I
in the
had.
game, you're sitting next to what, Floyd Mayweather, maybe. Laker
You know, a
game, you're
football
like,
match,
oh,
it
Jack,
generally
it's
doesn't matter.
Denzel.
A football match, it generally doesn't matter. I prefer being higher up because I could see more. But
Yeah.
there was one time where I actually had a front row seat. But at Old Trafford, you are lower than the actual pitch at times because they've got the little slants. It's like, this is the worst seat ever.
Yeah. I'd rather, like, for me, when I'm at a soccer game, I like being behind a little elevated behind a goal on either side.
No,
Just
I
because
always
I like,
preferred being halfway line.
oh,
For most
basically the
things, I
50-yard
prefer
line, like
being halfway
NFL.
line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always like being in the middle where you can see literally everything.
Yeah. Yeah. It's I don't think there's a bad. I think this might be the only sport where there's no bad seat in the house, really, for soccer. I feel
No,
like
there is.
everywhere's like a good party unless you're like behind something on the stage.
There's some stadiums where you're actually like got a terrible view.
Oh, where you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Go! Did it? No, they called offsides. I saw nothing.
And then like you've got the old stadiums, like the Manchester United Stadium, and I think the Liverpool Stadium is still one of the oldest stadiums in the league at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even have they have a scoreboard, but they don't have a TV like a projector. So like if you see a goal and you've missed it for some reason, you can't see that till you've left the stadium.
Damn, that's rough. Sporting events. Anyway, find me in Impact where TNA where who knows? Maybe I'm a part of a short and I decide to bum rush the stage. I'll bum rush and doing the Ultimate X match and then start trying to climb it and then immediately fall down to my death.
Marcus has been suplexed by who will Marcus get suplexed by at TNA Hard to Kill? Put it in the comments.
Probably Moose. Moose just the fuck?
Giselle Shaw.
Jordan Grace just punches me.
Yeah, so we'll be back.
We'll do my best not to step on Jonathan Gresham. Just say it.
He's so small. I bet he runs around in the shower to get wet.
I think you still gotta hold his hand when you cross the streets.
On that note, you're out of line, Marcus.
That was out of line.
That was so out of line.
That was so mean. I don't even know where that came from.